Okay, we're going to have a lesson here on pseudo harmonics, also known as false harmonics, also known as squealies. There's probably a bunch of other little names out there for them, but pseudo harmonics are the main phrase. And this is a really cool little technique, and it has everything to do with the way that you're picking this string and very little to do with how you're fretting the note. Okay? So, let's take a look at this. Basically, this technique works best on the lower strings. So, any of these that you're practicing, practice them on the lower string first. This is very much a finesse type of technique. It's something that you're going to practice and maybe the first like 30 times nothing's going to happen, and then you're going to magically get a little bit of that squeal that comes out, and then you're going to kind of start getting the idea, and then eventually that's going to develop into getting a few in a row and then being able to do it just about every time in a row. And then you can kind of go up to the higher strings, but it's a much more finicky type of technique as you're moving up to the higher notes. Okay, so the longer the string and the fatter the string is, the easier this technique is to create. So we're going to start off on the low strings to start off. Okay. Okay. So the basic technique is when you're picking. Okay, and I'm going to be fretting the third fret of the low E string here. But when you're picking, what you want to have happen is you want the string to come off of the pick and hit the side of your thumb, okay, like this. Sounds boring like that, but if I add some vibrato to it, or if I give it some a bend, okay, we get a little bit more squeal out of it, and it just sounds more exciting. Okay, so this is a technique that takes some time, and I want you to just work here on at the third fret on the low E string, so you can bend it. If you get a good one, you can give it some bend, give it some vibrato, it'll sound really good. And your whole point is to, when you pick the string, if the string is not grazing the side of your finger, then it's just not going to work at all. So here are the two extremes: just picking the note and not letting the string hit your finger at all, and the other side of that spectrum is letting it hit too hard. Okay, so what I'm doing there is I'm just driving the pick in, and that string is hitting my finger hard enough to where it's just getting muted right away. So you want to get someplace right in the middle where the second you hit that string, the second you feel it graze the side of your thumb, you lift up. Okay? That's a pseudo harmonic.